Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ba 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 ba. Good. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's turn this up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And just send her over. We're ready to go. All right. Welcome to Gerke Park, Gerke Field here just off the beautiful campus of the University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point. We get you ready for some more alternate spring football here in 2021 as the 1-0 SPASH Panthers get ready to take on the 1-0 Bayport Pirates. Good evening, everyone. Teammates alongside Rachel Zaleski here at beautiful Gerke Field as the Bayport Pirates, as just mentioned, coming in at 1-0 overall. They have quite the track record over in the Fox Valley, as they are one of the perennial powerhouses over there, as the Pirates coming in 1-0, as mentioned, 35-0 over Green Bay Preble last Friday. Again, playing on Thursday this week due to the holiday tomorrow, something that football usually really never has to deal with or worry about is Good Friday, and that's exactly the situation we are at here this year. But the SPASH Panthers looked very, very good last week against the Neenah Rockets. 20-14 win. Riley Borzinski, 18 of 30 for 166 yards and a touchdown. Cole Kerchevsky, 27 carries, 132 yards, and a pair of touchdowns for Cole in their win over at St. Mary Catholic against Neenah last week. Defensively, phenomenal outing for the SPASH Panthers. Ben Rochek with 18 tackles, Carter Borchardt with 15 tackles, and the big game from Tommy Droner with a pair of interceptions. 293 yards total for Coach Pete McAdams and the SPASH Panthers last week. They gave up 290 yards in that very close win over the Rockets last week. Got two other games going on. Neenah is is in Kiel taking on Fond du Lac, and the Manitowoc Lincoln, I think, is taking on Appleton West. Jason Zaleski has the call for you on that game. Mike Wendlandt has the call for Neenah and Fond du Lac. This one should be a good one. Stick around. The sun will go down eventually, where we're propped up here in the press box at beautiful Gerke Park in Stevens Point. Good crowd on hand from SPASH. They brought a lot of people last week to Neenah as they were able to knock off the Rockets last week, 20-14. Fond du Lac comes to town next week, Oshkosh West, and then they head to Green Bay Preble to SPASH to finish off their sort of regular season schedule, and then they have a couple of Fox Valley Conference crossovers as we get you ready for an exciting night of high school football right here, your hometown Sports Network, the Zaleski Sports Network. Steve Maves alongside Rachel Zaleski as we will step aside, get you ready for National Anthem here from Gerke Field.
And the WIAA require good sportsmanship by student-athletes, coaches, and spectators, and education-based interscholastic events. We request your cooperation in supporting the participants and the
All right, welcome back to Stevens Point. We get you ready for some high school football here on this beautiful Thursday night. It's supposed to be really the last cold day of the go-around this weekend for Easter. It's supposed to be beautiful weather as the calendar turns here on this April Fool's Day here in the calendar year. So a lot of jokes per se going around. The Milwaukee Brewers, not a joke, getting a 6-5 win over the Minnesota Twins earlier this afternoon, pardon me, as the SPASH Panthers are being introduced as a team up to the 50-yard line, 1-0 on the year for Coach Pete McAdams and the SPASH Panthers. They did win the toss. They will receive, working from right to left as we see the field, and I believe north to south, if my directions are right. Usually not. I'm not very good at directions overall, but they'll be working from the right to our left here in their home black uniforms, being led by running back Cole Kurchevsky and quarterback Riley Warzinski. 20-14 last week over Neenah. It was 7-6. Going into halftime, they scored right before half, and then were able to get a good stop, and then marched their way 3 plays, 70 yards to start the second half, all on the ground by Cole Kurchevsky, and Cole rumbled into the end zone for another touchdown in the fourth quarter. So sit back, relax. Going to be a good one here. SPASH and Bayport, the Bayport Pirates, number 3 in the state in the large schools. In the coaches poll, they will head to De Pere and Neenah in the next 2 weeks, and they will host Fond du Lac on April 23rd. We'll have Fond du Lac and SPASH next week. SPASH and Oshkosh West, and SPASH and Green Bay Preble. Kurchevsky back to receive as you watch right to left on your screen, wearing the number 28 in the all-black uniforms, as Cole Diepler will send it off, and it's going to be caught at the 10-yard line on the far side near the 20. Breaks a tackle to the 25-yard line, and that's Brady Dillingham, leading receiver last week for the SPASH Panthers. As we are, Rachel's trying her best to get you a good shot. That sun beyond the visiting Ben Franklin Middle School over there is going to be tough to contend with until that sun goes down. So SPASH starts with 2 receivers near side, 1 at the far, with Kurchevsky standing behind Riley Warzinski, the quarterback, 6'3", 202-pound junior. Kurchevsky moves over to Warzinski's right side, hands it off. No, play-action pass caught and spun down near the 30-yard line. Good play-action pass there, caught by Quentin Martin. Martin with a touchdown last week through the air. And quickly up to the line is SPASH. Going to hand it off to Kurchevsky up the middle, run right into one of his linemen, fall near the first down line, get up to about the 33-yard line. He's going to be down 3rd and 2 yards to go for Cole Kurchevsky. Once we get to the defensive side, we'll tell you about what Carter Borchardt just did over the weekend. Earlier this week, 3 receivers set trips to the near side, tight end to the far side. Kurchevsky from behind Warzinski now moves to his left. Going to hand it off to Kurchevsky, and he's going to be bottled up and knocked down near the 30. You're going to have a loss of a yard, but that left side of the defensive line for Bayport was ready. And a quick 3 and out for the SPASH Panthers. Losing a couple yards, 10:40 to go here in the first quarter. Austin Simon back to punt. 2 guys back to receive for Bayport in their away white uniforms. Navy blue pants, navy blue helmets. Low snap. Simon picks it off the turf, and fair catch called for at the 46-yard line, and that is where Bayport will start. 1st and 10 for head coach Gary Westerman. 35-0 win last week for Bayport over Green Bay Preble. Eli Frank, 10 of 14 through the air, 121 yards and 2 touchdowns. Just talking to our friends here from Bayport, Matt Grzybowski will have his fair share of carries tonight, number 42. Grzybowski heading to the University of Sioux Falls to play football next year. In motion, Frank's going to hand it off. No, he's going to keep it himself. Good defensive play there by the SPASH Panthers, and there is Carter Borchardt. Borchardt heading to the University, or I guess not the University of, North Dakota State University. He'll be heading and playing with the Bison next year and throughout his collegiate career. Defensive effort last week for SPASH was outstanding against the Neenah Rockets. Back to pass Frank, out route near side, caught at the 48-yard line and dragged down near the 50. And a nice pitch and catch there to Sam Berry. Sam last week with 3 receptions for 38 yards. Going to be third down and manageable now at the SPASH 49-yard line. Working quickly left to right as we are 9:15 to go here in the opening quarter. Again, we'll have all SPASH football until the conclusion of this season. And then again, it's hard to believe, we talked about it last week in Neenah, but hard to believe these guys will be back out on the field in mid-July, early August to play again. In motion, going to hand it up to the middle to Grzybowski, breaks a tackle, fall forward. He's not going to get the first down. Pushed all the way back inside Bayport territory. It's going to be fourth down and a yard at the SPASH 46-yard line. Good job by the SPASH defensively to gobble him up. Racek with the tackle. He had 18 last week. Grzybowski 5'9", 195. There's a bowling ball trying to get him down last week. Had 29 carries, 202 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Getting up to the line quickly. Going to hand it off to Grzybowski. He has 2 blockers in front of him. It's going to be close. And they mark him right at the 45-yard line. And the SPASH Panthers defense comes through again. I don't think they're going to give it to him. It's going to be close. Gave SPASH a generous spot. And it's going to be a turnover on downs. Fantastic defense again for the SPASH Panthers. Defense last week against Neenah was phenomenal. And coming through big on a huge stop by the Panthers as Riley Warzinski and the Panthers going to have good field position now at their own 45.5-yard line. Zielinski, wide receiver to the near side. They're going to hand it off up the middle. Going to be swallowed up there. Great tackle by Tevin Montgomery. Montgomery, 5'10", 210-pound freshman. A loss of a half a yard. Going to have 2 other games going on around the Zaleski Sports Network tonight. Neenah is in Kiel taking on Fond du Lac. And the back-to-pass is Warzinski all day to throw. Has his receiver, his tight end, inside Bayport territory. The ball came out. They ripped it out. And are they going to say that he was down or not? The official says stop the clock, and they're going to give him the first down. Daniel Zroik with the great catch and the first down. 44-yard line of Bayport. Warzinski again had all day and found his tight end, 6'7", 266-pound junior, right in the zone of the defense. Moves over to his right. And another quick pass. It's going to be in and out of the hands. Huge hit along the numbers on the far side. Incomplete to Quentin Martin. A huge hit as soon as he caught it. Caden Myers on the breakup. 2nd and 10 with 7:12 to go. 2nd and 10 yards for Stevens Point. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Moving over to his left is Cole Kurchevsky on the delay handoff. Has room. Kicks out to the far side. Has room to the 30. Runs over a defender. First down to the 31-yard line of Bayport. Delayed handoff to Kurchevsky, and the whole Bayport defense retreated, and it was a perfect play call as Kurchevsky comes to the sidelines. But, man, that was a delayed handoff and a run to perfection for Coach Pete McAdams and the SPASH Panthers. Coming in late is Larson Lewis. 3 receivers back to the near side. Strike the tight end of the far side. Moving over to his right is Larson Lewis of Warzinski. Back to pass. Across the middle. Has all day. Has him open at the 10-yard line. Diving attempt and incomplete. In and out of the hands of Brady Dillingham. Beautiful attempt. Just unable to haul it in on that back shoulder. Tried to turn back and unable to get his feet underneath him. But that was a heck of a throw by Riley Warzinski, the 6'3 junior. Brady Dillingham just in and out of the hands of Brady, 6 foot, 180-pound senior. Strike to the near side along with wide receiver Jaden Zielinski, as well as Brady Dillingham. Back to pass, Warzinski rolling out to his left, and that was going to be close as they hit Kurchevsky maybe a slight second and a half early, but hit him before it got to him. But it was just it was a bang-bang play right across the middle. 3rd down and 10 yards to go for the SPASH Panthers. 6.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter, excuse me. 3 receivers back to the near side. Kurchevsky right behind Warzinski, moves over to his left. Low snap, back to pass. The screen play, and another great block, and it breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle to the far sidelines, inside the 10, and inside. It's going to be 1st and goal. Beautiful footwork for Cole Kurchevsky, and it's going to be 1st and goal for the SPASH Panthers. Phenomenal play call by the SPASH offensive unit, and had his whole offensive line out there to block for him. And that was a great execution of a play for SPASH. 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. 6 minutes to go. They started at their own 45 after holding Bayport on a 4th and 1. Warzinski, shotgun formation. And going to hand it off on a delayed handoff to the far side. Tackled along that far sideline. Clock continues to run. Under 6 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Checking back in, Jared Schulist, number 87. 5.5 minutes to go. Second down and goal. 7 yards to go for SPASH. Fullback in there, Ben Rodchak, 35. Split backs behind Warzinski. And going to pitch it out to Kurchevsky. Tried to get that outside corner inside the 5, and he dives for the end zone. Touchdown, SPASH. Phenomenal play call, and Kurchevsky was able to beat them to the corner, and SPASH leads 6-0. Cole Kurchevsky with a beautiful run to that far corner, dove to that pylon, and was able just to make it before the Bayport Pirates were able to get there. 6-0 Stevens Point. 55-yard drive for SPASH, and it was run to perfection. Mixing in passes and runs, screens. Beautifully done for Stevens Point. The PAT coming now. Low snap, and it is a low kick, and it is good. PAT made by Sam Olick. And with 5:08 to go in the opening quarter, it is Stevens Point 7 and Bayport nothing. Beautiful drive put on by the SPASH Panthers, going 55 yards. Again, mixing in runs and screens and passes. A couple big catches, or a big catch made by Daniel Zroik on that drive. And again, just the speed of Cole Kurchevsky is outstanding, and SPASH with a 7-0 lead. And they will now kick it away right to left as you look at Gerke Park here in Stevens Point. Again, first football game played here in a very, very long time. Because obviously the university didn't play this last fall. Pacelli played all their football games on the road. And Olick will kick it away from right to left. That one's going to be taken there by Montgomery at the 15-yard line. Try to get a block. He's got it. Runs over a defender. The ball's on the ground. And SPASH has it again. Trying to do too much was Jaden Montgomery, and SPASH ripped it out of there. And coming away with it is Eric Rhoda. 5:02 to go in the opening quarter, and all the breaks going the SPASH Panthers' way early on. Jaden Montgomery, 5'11", 215-pound junior. And SPASH comes away with a huge turnover as soon as they got the momentum on a touchdown. And that's, you can't ask for much more if you're Coach Pete McAdams and the SPASH Panthers coaching staff. Three receivers to the far side. We'll see if they go for the home run on their opening play after a big turnover. They're going to hand it off to Kurchevsky. He's going to maybe spin up to the 34. Flag comes in. First penalty of the evening. 4:47 to go here in the opening quarter. 7-0 SPASH. Just got the ball back on a fumble on the kickoff. And they will move back. That's, I mean, right in the realm of a hold, and that's exactly what it was. And so SPASH will have it 1st and 20 now. Again, Bayport's only run 3 offensive plays. SPASH has looked outstanding here early on. Kind of got the rust worked out. The kinks worked out last week in Neenah. Big 20-14 win. Defense came through huge last week, has done so far here tonight. Three receivers set to the far side. Kurchevsky moves over to Warzinski's right side. Rolls out to the right side with that protection and up and got it. Daniel Zroik near the first down marker. And when you're 6'7", 266 pounds, box out your defender. And that is exactly what Zroik did. And it's going to be second and maybe a yard after, give him 2. 19-yard reception, 18-yard reception. Again, the offensive line doing a phenomenal job. Rolling out to his right was Warzinski. The protection moved with him. And now pushing all the way to the far side is Brady Dillingham. Zroik, the tight end to the near side. Warzinski under center. 2nd and 3. Pitches out to Kurchevsky. Fumbled it or mishandled it on the pitch by Warzinski. Had to go back up and get it. And what could have turned into a first down results in a loss of a yard. 3rd down and 4. Under 4 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. 7-0 SPASH. Got a 3 and out on their opening drive for Stevens Point. They punted it away. Bayport went 3 and out. SPASH went 55 yards for a touchdown. The next kickoff was Bayport fumbled, SPASH recovered, and that's where we are at right now. Rolling out to his right, delayed handoff. Up the middle, breaks a tackle at 25 to 20, runs over a defender inside the 10-yard line. Again, the counter option, the counter handoff, and Cole Kurchevsky has burned Bayport a couple times with that so far tonight. Once he went to the right side, this time he went to the left side. And SPASH is in great field position again. 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. 3:30 to go. Racek, the fullback, behind Warzinski and in front of Krzyzewski. Warzinski under center. Going to roll out to his right, play action. Look for Racek, corner of the end zone, and it is through the hands of Dillingham, I believe. Quentin Martin. Quentin had the touchdown reception last week. He was wide open last week. He couldn't have asked for a much easier touchdown for Quentin Martin. Martin flanks out to the far right side. Racek and Krzyzewski behind Warzinski. Double tight end set for Stevens Point. Warzinski's going to hand it off to Krzyzewski up the middle. Falls near the 5-yard line, maybe the 6. Gained 3 on the play. And Bayport immediately calls for assistance. Down on the ground, 53, Logan Van Lannen. Holding that right knee, and before the play was even over, they called for the trainer. Van Lannen was holding that right knee, I believe it was. And with assistance, he is going to head off the field. 3 minutes to go, first quarter, 7-0 Stevens Point. Let's see if we can get you some other scores around the Zaleski Sports network of pages here. It's going to be 3rd down and goal from the 6-yard line. Nina and Fond du Lac, 7-7 over in Kiel. Kiel just got a brand new stadium from what we were told last week. And we'll get you a Appleton West and Manitowoc score for you as well here momentarily. Jason Zaleski down in Manitowoc for the Manitowoc Ships and the Appleton West Terriers. That is 0-0 in that game. Almost 2-0. Big crowd watching over in Manitowoc. Good crowd watching here tonight as well. Appreciate you all as we bring you Alt Spring Football. Clock runs, under 3 minutes to go. Warzinski under center, going to play action pass again, roll out to his right, look for Krzyzewski. Now Zroik is wide open, touchdown, Stevens Point. Riley Warzinski with acrobatic magician-like play there. Found his tight end, Daniel Zroik, from 6 yards out, and a touchdown for SPASH. Acrobatic magician. Riley Warzinski had the defenders wrapped all around him and had the arm strength enough to be able to find Daniel Zroik in the corner of the end zone. SPASH looking to go up 2 touchdowns, or they are up 2 touchdowns, looking to add on. Good snap, good hold, good kick, and it is good. 2:46 to go here in the opening quarter. It is Stevens Point 14 and Bayport nothing. We'll be back to Gerke right after this.
When you get moving again, be safe and ready to go. Use your stimulus or tax return to save up to $150 on a select set of 4 Goodyear tires. At Sherrill Tire and Service Center.
Get your car done right.
Welcome back to Gerke Field here in Stevens Point. SPASH, all sorts of excited. 14-0. A touchdown by Cole Krzyzewski and a 6-yard touchdown pass to Daniel Zroik from Riley Warzinski. SPASH up 14-0. This is exactly where they got the ball back last time on a kickoff, and Jaden Montgomery tried to do a little too much and fumbled it, and SPASH took full control of it. Sam Olick, the line drive kick. That one's going to be taken at the 10-yard line, right back to Montgomery. And he's going to get tripped up again beautifully by Stevens Point. Eric Rhoda, who recovered the fumble. Rhoda recovered the fumble, and just like that, he comes through with another huge tackle. So Pirates back on offense for the first time in quite a while. Again, they had that 3-and-out, that 4-and-out, I guess. They turned it over on downs on a very close call at about the 46 or 45 and 1 inch line. 2:42 to go here in the opening quarter. 14-0 SPASH. Again, defense last week was phenomenal for the Panthers. Shotgun formation, and far side is going to be called a pass, and SPASH's defense swarms to the football, and right there is Borchardt and company for Stevens Point. A loss of 5 on the play. That is a pass play because he pitched it in front of him, but Eli Frank, who pitched it up to Mitchell Michalski. Joel Preston lined up to the near side. Grzybowski to his left and now right behind him. And going to hand it up the middle to Grzybowski. He's going to go nowhere. A gain of a couple, and it's going to be 3rd down and long for Bayport. Under 2 minutes to go here in the opening quarter, pardon me. His quarter's taken 25 minutes already, but SPASH has scored a couple of touchdowns and have looked phenomenal. They swarmed to the ball like they did last week in Neenah. This is going to be a fun team to watch the next couple of weeks. Grzybowski behind Frank. And back to pass. Pressure is on. Across the middle, has his receiver, but overthrows him near the 35-yard line and out of the reach of Michalski. And on the coverage was Rhoda. And it's going to be 4th down and a mile with 81 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Back to receive is Cole Kerchevsky at his own 49-yard line. Punter standing at his own 7-yard line. Long wait. Snap high. No pressure on him, and that is a very short punt. Kerchevsky's going to call for a fair catch at the 45-yard line, and SPASH again is going to have fantastic field position to start their next offensive drive, up 14-0 with 1:14 to go here in the first quarter. Schedule an appointment at the Fleet Farm Auto Service Center today. Their professionals handle tire installation and rotation, oil changes, filter and battery replacements, and more. Schedule an appointment online today. Fleet Farm, proudly serving the Midwest since 1955. Can't go wrong when you go into Fleet Farm. Saw one of the installments this last week of the Zaleski Sports Show. Jason went over there, and can't go wrong with Cool Ranch Doritos, and that's my go-to. Caught by Quentin Martin on the far side. Quentin, yeah, Cool Ranch or Fleet Farm, but I mean Fleet Farm, it's always my my go-to, especially when I'm here in town in Stevens Point. I know we had soccer this last fall, and over in Stevens Point at the over at the youth complex, soccer complex, needed an extension cord. Luckily, Fleet Farm was right there. Back to pass, Warzinski, pressure is on, spinning out of it, and luckily didn't get it intercepted as Warzinski hits the turf with 33 seconds to go. 14-0. That's the second time that he's had that pressure on. The last one, he threw a touchdown to Daniel Zroik, looking for Zroik again, but the zone defense put on by Bayport just too much for nowhere to go for Stevens Point. 3rd down and 4, ball on the 39-yard line. Kerchevsky moves over to the left side of Warzinski. Back to pass, now counter again. And they were not fooled. He's going to be close, going to fall forward, and that will take us to the end of the first quarter. All Stevens Point here in the first quarter with 20 seconds to go. 14-0 SPASH. And we'll see what Coach McAdams wants to do. 4th down and 3 yards to go. 10 seconds left in the quarter. And Kurchevsky hits Warzinski and says, not so fast, buddy, and that will do it here. 1 quarter in the books here from Gerke in Stevens Point. All SPASH. They lead 14-0 as we get you ready for quarter number 2 here from our sponsors. Get you back here for alternate spring football here on your hometown sports network, Zaleski Sports. Back after this.
Need incentive to get started at Mid-State Technical College? 123 for free can save up to $900 on tuition. Start this summer if you'd like. No catches, no application fee or essays to write. 123 for free at Mid-State. Get started at mstc.edu.
Grassland Dairy Products is your match for an exciting new career today. Go to grassland.com to see the opportunities waiting for you. Browse through careers like CDL truck driver, shipping and receiving, line tech, quality assurance, forklift, maintenance tech, inventory associates, and more. Great compensation, weekly pay, and zero premium company-paid health, dental, and life. Apply now at grassland.com or in person at Grassland Dairy Products, Fairground Avenue, just south of Greenwood. Bauer & Fine Business Technologies is your complete office technology solution. For 60 years, Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been serving school districts, municipalities, counties, religious organizations, and businesses in Wisconsin and beyond. Visit b-bt.com and let Bauer & Fine Business Technologies be your complete office technology solution. That's b-b. Jason Zaleski here to tell you that Hewitt's Meat has you covered with simple, easy, and free home delivery. Residents of North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, Iowa, Illinois, and Wisconsin get free. That's right, free delivery on every order from Hewitt'sMeats.com. Choose from bratwurst, wieners, bacon, jerky, sausage, cheeses, ham, snack sticks, gift boxes, and even the popular grillers. With over 50 flavors of bratwurst, Hewitt's Meat with free delivery will please your entire family. Visit the store in Tomahawk, Marshfield, or Hewitt's Meat on Facebook today.
Welcome back to Gerke and SPASH football right here at Zaleski Sports. As a false start out of the quarter break, not exactly what you want if you're head coach Pete McAdams and the SPASH Panthers. They were going to go for it, looked like, and they might do it again here. 4th and 8, ball in the 43-yard line of Stevens Point. We saw last week Riley Warzinski had a little pooch punt, and we'll see if he does it again, and he does. Now it's going to be a high end-over-end punt, and it's going to go into the end zone and a touchback, and that is where Bayport will start their next possession. Again, we'd like to thank all of our friends here in Stevens Point, especially you don't get this very often. Having quarter stats, that is phenomenal. SPASH with 6 first downs, 50 yards on the ground, 6 of 11 through the air for Riley Warzinski, 68 yards, 114-6 in that first quarter for SPASH offensively against this very good Bayport Pirates team. Grzyzbowski just 3 of 5. Cole Kurchevsky 10 of 50. 10 attempts for 50 yards. Again, can't thank these fine folks enough here in Stevens Point. Frank hands off to Grzyzbowski. Tries to bounce it out to the outside. He does to the 30. Stiff arm near the 30-yard line. Past the 30 up to the 32-yard line. Tommy Droner on the tackle. Tommy, a couple of interceptions last week in the win over Neenah. That's the first time we've seen Matthew Grzyzbowski have an opportunity to turn on that second gear and get to that outside, and is able to do so for the first down for Bayport here tonight. Frank in the pistol, going to hand it off to Grzyzbowski, cuts to the outside. Borchardt is not going to let him get there with a whole host of SPASH Panthers. Romeo Vang in there as well. Borchardt again heading to North Dakota State University to play football next year. The Bison. Yeah, not Bison. The Bison over in North Dakota. North Dakota State. Trey Lance, quarterback for NDSU, making waves to the NFL draft next year. Back to pass Frank. Quick out to the far side. Gets to that second gear, and it's going to be 3rd down and maybe a yard. Had that whole side of the field to work, and beautifully caught out there by Mitchell Merhalski. Going to be 3rd down and a yard. Eric Rhoda on the coverage and the tackle. Going to be 3rd down and a yard for Bayport right here in front of us. Now that the sun's down, it's going to get a little cooler, but a lot easier for everybody at home to be able to see. Easier job on Rachel as well. Grzybowski up the middle, through the second to the linebackers, and going to get tripped up past the 40 into the secondary for Grzybowski. And just like that, Bayport's on the drive up to the SPASH 38-yard line. Got a huge hole right up the middle for Matthew Grzybowski. Pirates 1st and 10. They're joking during the quarter break that all the play has been to the south of us here and none of it to our right. And that's how we're starting the second quarter as well. Grzybowski, a couple of jukes, a couple of side jumps, and going to gain about 5 more yards. Matthew Grzybowski show here in the second quarter. Last week he went 29 attempts for 202 yards and 3 touchdowns. And a receiving touchdown as well. So is that 4 total touchdowns for Grzybowski last week? 4 of the 5 for Bayport. 9:05 to go here in the first half now. Going to hand it up to Grzybowski again. He's going to get tripped up. It's going to be close to another first down. Looks like they're going to give it to him at about the 28-yard line. Another strong run for Grzybowski. Again, we will have soccer for you. SPASH soccer taking on De Pere and I believe Green Bay Preble on Saturday. Kickoff for soccer is at 10 a.m. right down the street over at the Portage County Youth Soccer Complex. Scafidi Field over there. Low snap, hands off to Grzybowski, gets to the far side, has blockers inside the 20 to about the to about the 16, and right back inside the red zone is Bayport, now threatening. They started at their own 20-yard line on the touchback on the punt. 8:35 to go here in the first half. 14-0 SPASH. SPASH looked phenomenal in that first quarter. Bayport scored all 35 points, 20 in the second quarter and 15 in the third quarter last week. In motion, going to hand it off to Grzybowski again. Flag comes in, gets hit once, breaks a tackle near the 10-yard line. But a flag came in pretty quickly from that far official right in front of the Bayport bench. And a Panther is down on the ground. It has not moved quite yet. So 8:12 to go here in the first half. We'll see what we have for an illegal procedure. But we will take a quick break. Come back. Make sure our Panther is all right. Back to Gerke right after this.
Fleet Farm has everything you need for every season of life. From tending the vegetable garden season to planting 100 acres of crops season. Fleet Farm is your one-stop shop. Whether it's strawberry jam season, cook your walleye season, or his first set of wheels season. Fleet Farm is built for every season. Fleet Farm, built for real life.
Welcome back to Stevens Point as the penalty went on Bayport. It's going to be, and that was, who did I say, for Stevens Point, Cam McCarrier, the injured Panther. First down and 15 now for Bayport with the ball at the SPASH 21, right outside the red zone. Frank, a low snap, ball's on the ground, and Eli Frank just able to get back on it. We've seen it all night that Bayport has struggled with the snaps back to Frank. But Eli was just able to get it back in time, loses a couple yards with 7:50 to go, loses 3 on the play with 7:45 to go here in the first half. Hear from our friends over at Spectrum Benefit in just a moment. Gotta appreciate everyone tuning in here tonight. No football tomorrow. Something that the schedulers and the WIAA hasn't really ever needed to worry about. And bounces to the outside, and Gersbowski to the 5, the 10. Touchdown, Bayport. 24 yards, and Gersbowski was untouched to that far right side of the far pylon, and Bayport has cut into this lead 14-6 with 7:25 to go. Very impressive drive for Coach Gary Westerman and Bayport. Started from their 20-ish yard line after the touchback on the punt and went the distance with one pass. The rest were runs from Mr. Matthew Gersbowski. Gersbowski heading to Sioux Falls next year to play football. His quarterback, Eli Frank, heading to UW-Whitewater to play baseball. The snap good. The hold just able to get it down, and the PAT is good by Cole Depelier. 7:25 to go, second quarter. Got us a ball game. SPASH 14, Bayport 7. Back to Stevens Point right after this.
When you have a house full of kids, your water consumption is through the roof. But when the kids move out, the water usage goes down. But how long are they really gone for? With high-efficiency systems made by WaterCare, Maher Water Corporation can roll with any size-changing families. So call us today so we can help you with those water use issues. The laundry is still up to you.
Welcome back to Stevens Point. Taking a look at our student section here from Stevens Point area senior high, all wearing white. Christian Yelich had himself a good game. Travis Shaw, the mayor of Ding Dong City or whatever it was for Milwaukee, coming through huge for the Brewers. They come from behind win to take down the Minnesota Twins today, 6-5 in extra innings. Brady Dillingham trying to break a tackle. He's going to fall near about the 27-yard line. And that is where SPASH will start their next possession, up 14-7. They had a couple of very impressive drives in that first quarter to score. And then it looked like they were going to go for it as soon as we got back into the second quarter. It's 4th and 3 about. And then they had a false start. And that shot that idea down for Coach McAdams and Stevens Point. 7:21 to go. Orzinski in the shotgun with Krzyzewski to his left. Hands off. No, he's going to keep it himself. Going to get tripped up. Brady Dillingham was on the carry on that one. He got smacked up pretty good and maybe gained a half a yard near the SPASH bench area. Brady Dillingham was the quarterback on that play. They do have him listed as quarterback and defensive back in the program. All wide receiver last week. He goes back to his slot position as wide receiver. Warzinski has Krzyzewski now move over to his right side. 2nd down and 9, 6:40 to go. Snaps on the ground, and Warzinski took a knee. And there's going to be a penalty anyway. So he fumbled the snap and then went down to a knee to recover it, and then they blew it dead immediately for safety reasons and whatnot. False start was declined, and it's going to be 3rd down and about 14 with 6:32 to go here in the opening half now. 14-7. SPASH has gone backwards since having a phenomenal first quarter. Quentin Martin, the receiver to the near side. 3 set to the far side. Sroik, Dillingham, and Jaden Zielinski. Krzyzewski moves over to Warzinski's left side, staying into block. trying to set up the screen, and he's going to get hit immediately by Montgomery. And it's going to be a 4th down and a long way to go. Jaden Montgomery sniffed that out and read it perfectly. You can only run it so many times before a player like Jaden Montgomery is going to be able to read it like the back of his hand. And just a junior, phenomenal athlete, 5'11", 215. Austin Simon, back to punt it away for Stevens Point. So a couple of stalled drives for SPASH coming out here in the second quarter. Snap good. Punt, a spiral. He's going to be taking it up at the 46-yard line. And breaks the tackle, breaks another tackle, sidesteps, and he's going to be taken down at about the 47 of Bayport. Coming in with a tackle, Jaron Rohde for Stevens Point. Spectrum Benefit Solutions is your group benefits provider for health, dental, accident, and life insurance. Best of all, Spectrum Benefit Solutions is located right here in Stevens Point with Ashley as your special consultant. Ashley lives in Stevens Point and works with Stevens Point area businesses of all sizes to help them attract and retain the best employees. Find Spectrum Benefit Solutions on Facebook or see Ashley at the game, the store, or anytime you're out and about to get started today. Eli Frank in the pistol with Gersbowski behind him. A lot of early motion, and Gersbowski is going to bounce to the outside, get taken down on that far side by Eric Rohde. A lot of early movement, a lot of little twitches by Bayport before that snap. Rhoda, pardon me, not Rohde, Rhoda. Receiver to the far side, one to the near side for Bayport, Sam Barry. The receiver to the near side. Up back for Bayport. Gersbowski bounced to the outside again, and he runs over Rhoda. It's going to be another 1st down for Bayport. 4:45 to go here in the first half, second quarter. And much like they did against Green Bay Preble last week, putting the foot on the pedal here against SPASH in the second quarter. SPASH jumped out to a 14-0 lead. Got down the field pretty well and then had to punt it away. Bayport came back and scored on an 80-yard drive. I'm going to hand it off to Gersbowski again up the middle. He's going to get swallowed up there by a whole host of SPASH Panthers with 4:15 to go. Going to be 2nd down and about 6 or 7. 4:05 to go. 14-7, SPASH on top. Again, don't forget, stick around for our halftime report. We'll have an opportunity to go through some of these stats that are very appreciated for sure given to us here by the SPASH folks. And we'll get you our upcoming schedule for next week. Got SPASH volleyball on, and that's to the far side. Just able to get him down was Tommy Droner. Good catch there by Mitchell Merhalski. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line, but we got SPASH volleyball next week. And then obviously more football on Friday, including SPASH and Fond du Lac. Gives you a score from Nina and Fond du Lac. I think Fond du Lac took care of whoever they were playing last week. I think it was 63-7. Get you a score. Mike Wendland has the call of that one for you. 3 games on Zaleski Sports Network tonight. Gersbowski to the far side, pushes his tackler, or pushes his blocker forward, but the Panthers able to gobble him up there. Gained maybe 2 with under 3 minutes to go. Tommy Droner, who had 2 interceptions last week. Fond du Lac up 21-7 now on Nina. Who else we got? We got Manitowoc and Appleton West. Jason Zaleski with that one down there. 13-0 West. Good snap, and Gersbowski is going to be swallowed up in the backfield. Jaron Rohde with a big tackle along with Carter Borchardt and the rest of the Panthers. lost 3 on the play, 3rd and 11. Ball back to the 19-yard line. 2:05 to go here in the opening half. SPASH did win the SPASH did win the coin toss and were elected to receive on their opening possession. Frank in the pistol. Again, a lot of movement early on. Pressure is on, rolling out to his right. Trying to get away from it. He does. Rodchek chases him down, and a sack for Ben Rodchek. Lost a yard or two with 90 seconds to go. Gonna appreciate everyone tuning in here tonight. 14-7 SPASH. SPASH has looked very good, except for that last drive of their one offensive possession here in the second quarter. First quarter couldn't have asked for much better for Stevens Point. With 65 seconds to go, the back judge starts his count, and it looks like Coach Westerman will take a timeout. 53 seconds left here in the opening half. SPASH 14, Bayport 7. We'll be back with the final 53 seconds, or 58 seconds right after this.
Should be good.
Go.
Welcome back to Stevens Point as Coach Gary Westerman, a couple of extra moments to figure out what he wants to do here with 53 seconds left. 14-7 SPASH on top. Bayport will receive the second half kickoff here on this beautiful night on April the 1st here in central Wisconsin. Receiver to the near side, one to the far side is Barry. Behind is Grzybowski. Behind Frank is Grzybowski. Play action pass rolling out to his right, looking to that far corner. Has him caught. Touchdown. 21 yards, making his way all the way back there and beating the defender, Nate Forstek. Forstek on the reception, and a great play out of that timeout. Have everybody rolling out to his right and find Forstek in that far corner, beating his defender, and laid it in there perfectly was Eli Frank for Bayport. So 2 touchdowns apiece now, 2 in the first quarter for Stevens Point, and 2 here now for Bayport in the second quarter. SPASH will have 47 seconds to go, and all 3 timeouts. The PAT coming for Bayport. SPASH jumped off sides and get him a half an inch closer. And Coach Westerman might want to bring in the big guys for a 2-point conversion as they yell over to his sidelines to have everybody come near him, and they're going to accept the penalty and push it up maybe a yard, and they're going to bring the offense back out onto the field. With 47 seconds to go, they're going to try for the 2-point conversion. Bayport with a lot of beef up the middle. We'll see what Coach Westerman has in store. Back judge did not yet start counting. Forstek has the height, and Coach McAdams runs all the way up to about the 10-yard line and calls a timeout with 47 seconds to go and a 2-point conversion coming up. Phelps Dairy is located at the Crossroad Commons at Stevens Point. Phelps Dairy is a family-friendly experience serving your favorite cheeses, ice cream, meat, and more. all growing right here in central Wisconsin. Veld Series open Monday through Saturday and 24/7 on Facebook. So SPASH again hosting Fond du Lac next week. They will then host Oshkosh West on April the 16th. Then we'll head back over to the Fox Valley and take on Green Bay Preble in their final quote-unquote regular season game. And then they will have a couple of conference crossover games. I believe there's three Fox Valley Association conferences. And so they will take on the likes of Kimberly and those other Sheboygan North, the other schools over there. So SPASH, again, the only Wisconsin Valley Conference team to play in the fall. Frank running up to the line, and Grozbowski is going to walk in. He fumbled the ball, but he was over in time, and the two-point conversion is good. 47 seconds to go here in the opening half. Bayport now with the lead, 15-14. We'll be back to Gerke after this quick timeout.
I really got to understand what what a nurse is. Do they focus on you? You know, do they make sure that you're comfortable? And you know, that's what Shai has. It's the connection that he has. You know, my best interest in mind always.
Why wait another day? Let's take the next step together towards a better life.
Welcome back to Stevens Point. 47 seconds to go here in the opening half. SPASH led 14-0 and had all the momentum until Bayport kicked it into the next gear. And they lead 15-14 after SPASH jumped off sides on the PAT, and then Bayport took advantage and attempted the two-point conversion successfully. And now the kick for the Pirates, a little poocher, will be taken at about the 19-yard line by Ben Rochek. Has room up the middle with a big gap, a big head of steam, and SPASH has an opportunity now with 40, or at SPASH's 46 or 47-yard line, 42 seconds left, and 2 timeouts for Stevens Point. Give Riley Warzinski some time in the back, or in the pocket, and see if he can let it rip. The clock does stop after a first down and obviously out of bounds. SPASH with 2 timeouts left. 3 receivers to the far side, Quentin Martin to the near side. In the slot, Kurchevsky behind Warzinski, now moves over to his right. Back to pass. Near side, going to be caught by Quentin Martin, twisted out of bounds, and the clock stops with 38 seconds left. Good out route by Quentin Martin. See if SPASH can put up some points here before the half. They trail 15-14. Warzinski into the huddle, gets them up to the line quickly. Same formation, 3 to the far side, 1 to the near side. Kurchevsky stands right behind Warzinski until he's usually about ready to snap the ball. Now moves over to his left. And on the counter, near side, and he's going to get ripped down by Montgomery. And timeout taken right there by Coach McAdams with 30 seconds to go. And the counter only worked so far for Stevens Point in that first half, or in that first quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments SPASH makes in the locker room. They did a phenomenal job last week. Against Nina. Coming out in the second half, went 3 plays, 70 yards for a touchdown right out of the locker room. So 30 seconds left here in the first half. 15-14, Bayport on top. And Bayport will have the football to start the second half. And if they have the momentum they do now, it could extend their lead. But we'll see what SPASH can do here. That counter play, as mentioned, just worked a little bit in that first quarter. Bayport with the athletes that they have. Speaking to our friends over here from Bayport, Kelvin Murawski, the offensive lineman, heading to Western Michigan. Alex Sylvester, number 15, heading to Duluth to play football. 30 seconds left. Warzinski, and now we're ready to go. Pistol formation. Kurchevsky will most likely move. He goes to the right side. Back to pass. Time steps up into the pocket. Sidearm pass is going to be caught there at the 32-yard line. Beautifully done. Great catch by Jaden Zielinski. And now they're going to say it was incomplete. The FAR official on the Bayport sideline said that it was caught. And then his friends came in and overruled him. 23 seconds to go. That was a great job by Riley Warzinski stepping into the pocket and that little Patrick Mahomes sidearm pass. Zielinski just unable to haul it in. 3 receivers now to the near side. Tight end to the far side. 23 seconds left. 4th down. And he's going to pooch punt it. High arcing punt, and it's going to hit near the 25-yard line. And that is where Bayport will take over. A couple timeouts left for the Pirates, and 16 seconds to go for Coach Westerman and Bayport. Bayport will head to De Pere next week, and then Neenah, and then they'll host Fond du Lac in the final quote-unquote regular season game of the season. Again, don't forget to stick around for our halftime show. We'll have some complete stats and get you some updates from around the Zaleski Sports Network. Eli Frank back into the pistol with 16 seconds left. Going to roll out to his right, look for Barry. Has a receiver at the 30-yard line, up, and it's going to be intercepted. SPASH comes away with it. Beautifully done by Eric Rhoda for Stevens Point. 3rd interception on the year for the SPASH Panthers with 9 seconds to go. Looking for the home run. Had a step on him, just left the pass a little short. And Eric Rhoda with his 2nd takeaway of the night. Had that fumble on the kickoff, or fumble recovery on the kickoff. And now an interception. And I can assume that Coach McAdams will take the knee and head into the locker room, down by a point here against the number 3 ranked Bayport Pirates. Quentin Martin to the near side, Brady Dillingham to the far side with 2 in the pistol here. Warzinski in the pistol. And they're going to hand it off to Kurchevsky up the middle, has room, and gets tripped up by the official there. It's going to be close to a 1st down, but that will do it anyway. 1/2 of the books here from Gerke Park in Stevens Point. This beautiful Thursday night for high school football right here on your home for high school football. Zaleski Sports. Hear from our sponsors. Come back, get you some first half statistics, and get you ready for half number 2 here from Stevens Point. Steve Maves alongside Rachel Zaleski. Halftime 15-14 Bayport. Back after this.
If you have a fear of overpaying, you have FOOP. But don't worry, switch to US Cellular and get a free Samsung Galaxy S25G, plus no activation fees. So you can stream, capture, and post without FOOP. Switch and get a free Samsung Galaxy S25G at US Cellular. Choose fair.
Northside Computers is Marshfield's U.S. Cellular store. Visit us on South Central Avenue in Marshfield for the latest Samsung, Apple, personal cellular devices, tablets, and more.
Snow piles up quickly. Remove it just as quickly with Kubota subcompact and compact tractors. Our #1 selling tractors are built to take on winter with front and rear mount snow blowers, blades, and rotary sweepers. Get select Kubota subcompact or compact tractors for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months and save $1,000. See your local Kubota dealer today.
Your local Kubota dealer is Chili Implement, located 1 mile north of Highway 10 in Chili.
When you get moving again, be safe and ready to go. Use your stimulus or tax return to save up to $150 on a select set of 4 Goodyear tires. At Sherrill Tire and Service Center.
Get your car done right.
Need incentive to get started at Mid-State Technical College? 1, 2, 3 for free can save up to $900 on tuition. Start this summer if you'd like. No catches, no application fee or essays to write. 1, 2, 3 for free at Mid-State. Get started at mstc.edu.
Grassland Dairy Products is your match for an exciting new career today. Go to grassland.com to see the opportunities waiting for you. Browse through careers like CDL truck driver, shipping and receiving, line tech, quality assurance, forklift, maintenance tech, inventory associates, and more. Great compensation, weekly pay, and zero premium, company paid health, dental, and life. Apply now at grassland.com or in person at Grassland Dairy Products, Fairground Avenue, just south of Greenwood. Jason Zaleski here to tell you that Hewitt's Meat has you covered with simple, easy, and free home delivery. Residents of North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, Iowa, Illinois, and Wisconsin get free. That's right, free delivery on every order from Hewitt'sMeats.com. Choose from bratwurst, wieners, bacon, jerky, sausage, cheeses, ham, snack sticks, gift boxes, and even the popular grillers. With over 50 flavors of bratwurst, Hewitt's Meat with free delivery will please your entire family. Visit the store in Tomahawk, Marshfield, or Hewitt's Meat on Facebook today. Bauer & Fine Business Technologies is your complete office technology solution. For 60 years, Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been serving school districts, municipalities, counties, religious organizations, and businesses in Wisconsin and beyond. Visit b-bt.com and let Bauer & Fine Business Technologies be your complete office technology solution. That's b-bt.com.
Fleet Farm has everything you need for every season of life. From tending the vegetable garden season to planting 100 acres of crops season. Fleet Farm is your one-stop shop. Whether it's strawberry jam season, cook your walleye season, or his first set of wheels season. Fleet Farm is built for every season. Fleet Farm, built for real life.
Should be good.
Go.
Welcome back to Gerke Park, Gerke Field here in Stevens Point. First half stats here for you through the fine folks here up in the press box from Stevens Point. First downs, 8-7 in favor of Bayport. It was 6-0 in that first quarter, and Bayport went on a tear on the ground. Now 19 rushes for 106 yards passing, only 49 yards passing for the Pirates on 4 of 6 from Eli Frank. Riley Warszynski 8 of 14 through the air for 70 yards and 0 interceptions. He does have a touchdown, and that was to Daniel Zroik in the first quarter. It was 14-0 after the first quarter, and then the Pirates got a punt, or they started at their own 20-yard line after a touchback on the punt by Stevens Point, and then they went 80 yards, scored a touchdown there, and then they scored a touchdown with about 50 seconds left or so, 47 seconds left. And then SPASH jumped off sides on the PAT. Then Coach Westerman from Bayport decided to go for 2, and they had a successful 2-point conversion. That's where we sit right now, 15-14. SPASH and Bayport. Total net yards 138 for the Pirates, 122 for Stevens Point. After the first quarter, that was 114-6. And so 132 yards in that second quarter for Bayport and 8 for Stevens Point. Matthew Grzybowski, we said to keep your eye on him. 15 rushes for 106 yards and a touchdown. Cole Krzyzewski, 12 rushes for 60 yards. He had 10 for 50 in the first quarter. So just a couple of possessions for Stevens Point in that second quarter. Bayport taking full advantage, and they will start with the football here in the second half, working now from right to left, I believe, as we look at Gerke Field here in Stevens Point. Some other scores around the Zaleski Sports Network. Appleton West was up 19-0 on Manitowoc. Fond du Lac up 28-7 on Neenah. SPASH will host Fond du Lac next week, and then they will host Appleton West. And after that, we'll head over to Green Bay to take on Preble. So, should be a good second half. 1-point lead for Bayport. The Pirates looking to go 2-0 on the year and avenge a loss. It's been a couple years now, but state runners-up in 2019 lost to Muskego, lost to Level 3 2018 to Kimberly, Appleton North 2017, and then lost to SPASH in 2016 in a Level 3 game in Bayport. Grzybowski will receive the kickoff, and he's got room. He's got green turf in front of him. He's going to run over a defender and deep inside SPASH territory, and he turns on the jets. And a kickoff return for a touchdown for Bayport. Went 86 yards, and just like that, Bayport with all the momentum, and Matthew Grzybowski goes the distance, and some of the Panthers were close to getting those ankle tackles. He ran over a Panther and just turned on that second gear, and Grzybowski goes 86 yards for a touchdown to start the second half. So all the momentum that SPASH had after that first quarter has been quickly erased. And if you're Coach Gary Westerman and the Bayport Pirates, you could not ask for a much better start coming out of the halftime locker room. I guess not locker room. They all stayed on the field, but out of the halftime break, and SPASH trails 21-14. 13 seconds off of the clock, and the PAT is good. 13 seconds off the clock here in the second half. Bayport extending their lead, now 22-14. We're going to take a quick break, come back to Gerke right after this.
When you have a house full of kids, your water consumption is through the roof. But when the kids move out, the water usage goes down. But how long are they really gone for? With high-efficiency systems made by WaterCare, Maher Water Corporation can roll with any size-changing families. So call us today so we can help you with those water use issues. The laundry is still up to you.
Welcome back to Stevens Point. Appreciate everyone tuning in here on this beautiful Thursday night from Central Wisconsin. The SPASH Panthers giving up a touchdown on the kickoff to start the second half. Not quite the way, if you're Coach Pete McAdams, to start the second half, but I appreciate everyone checking in here tonight. Let us know where you're watching from. Give big shout-outs to everybody commenting. Bryce, Frank, Dan, Brandon, Josh. Appreciate everyone watching here tonight as we bring you live free SPASH football here in 2021. Spring 2021. Again, these guys will be back right on the field in just a couple of short months. Ben Rotchek will take it from about the 17-yard line. He had a good return right at the end of the first half, and he's got room up the near sidelines up to the 45, the 40, inside Bayport territory, and SPASH with a huge start, and Rotchek gets up with a big yell, big scream inside the Pirates territory. Broke one tackle to the near side, and a couple of the Pirates just kept on backing up. Ben Rotchek is quite the load for a defender to try and bring down. Ben coming in at 6'1", 225, and after giving up that kickoff return for a touchdown, SPASH with a little momentum back of their own, down 8 with 11.5 to go here in the third quarter. Orzinski will hand it off to Kurchevsky, and he's going to get swallowed up immediately. That's one that Logan Lasecki brings him down, but that's one, if you're Riley Worzinski, that you want to have on the back burner for later on the play action or option read to up to Kurchevsky. 11 minutes to go. Worzinski on the counter and up the middle. He puts his head down. He's going to gain about 2 or 3. Again, those are plays that SPASH ran in that first quarter very, very successfully. And we'll see if Coach McAdams and the offense here for Stevens Point will dig into their bag of tricks here for their offense. Receiver to the far side, 2 to the near side, tight ends Roik to the left on the line. Kurchevsky moves from behind Worzinski to his right. Back to pass. And pressure right up the middle. Sidearm, and it's going to be intercepted at the 15-yard line. And he's going to get ripped out of bounds, slammed out of bounds. Number 28 on the interception, Caden Myers, stepped right in front of the SPASH wide receiver. And a flag comes in late on that far side. And we'll first turnover by Stevens Point. As we'll see what the official says. Unsportsmanlike conduct on Bayport, but the interception will count. It will stay with the Pirates, but an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on Bayport will push them all the way back deep inside their own territory. So a promising drive ending on an interception from Riley Worzinski. Caden Myers on the interception. So he'll push them all the way back to about the 17-yard line. And Bayport will have the football back with 10:17 to go here in the third quarter. Two receivers to the far side. Grzybowski standing right behind Eli Frank. Sam Berry, the receiver to the far side. Going to hand it off to Grzybowski up the middle. Bounce to the outside. Break a tackle. And going to get taken down there. Stood up as the whistles blow up to about the 20-yard line. A gain of 3 for Grzybowski with 10 minutes to go in the opening moments here in the third quarter. Second and 7 with 9:50 remaining. Tommy Droner trying to urge his sidelines to get loud. Tommy had a couple of interceptions last week. A Bayport team that does not like to throw very often. Receiver to the far side, Sam Berry to the near side. Grzybowski standing behind Eli Frank. In motion goes Berry. Going to hand it off to Grzybowski, and he's going to get met immediately. Ball's on the ground, but they're going to say that Grzybowski was on the ground, on the turf. And it's going to be third down and long now for Bayport. The ball popped out, forced by the ground. And going to be 3rd and 7 for the Pirates. Borchardt read it perfectly, saw the wide receiver in motion and crashed that handoff down immediately. Receiver to the near side, one of the far side. Grzybowski standing behind Eli Frank again. Borchardt, and the ball's on the ground again, rolling out to his right, throwing it up there, and it's coming back for it. It's going to be tipped and incomplete. Beautifully done again by Eric Rhoda. Beautifully done by the SPASH defense after the turnover, and it's going to be 4th down and long now. Kurchevsky will be back to receive it with 8:45 to go here in the third quarter. Jericho Klein will be back to punt it away. Kurchevsky standing at the 46 of Bayport. High arcing punt. And he's going to take it himself at the 45. He's got plenty of room. And along the sideline, he's going to get tripped up. And SPASH will have pretty much similar field position they did last time. At the at the 20. Going to be the 27-yard line. A net punt of maybe a yard? It was, between the punt and the return from Cole Kurchevsky, it was nicely done by Cole. 1st and 10, 8:35 to go. Again, just a beautiful noise here in the crowd and student sections, cheerleaders. Something that you wouldn't think you would miss, but you sure do, as Kurchevsky is going to get met in the backfield. And the blitz by Bayport was met by Cole Kurchevsky in the backfield. Loss of 2 with 8:20 to go. Hear from our friends over at Point Heating and Cooling in just a moment. (22-14). 8 minutes left here in the third quarter. SPASH led this football game 14-0 in the first quarter. Bayport started the second half with a 86-yard kickoff return. Orzinski rolls out to his right. Across the middle, has him wide open. Touchdown, Tommy Droner! 29 yards, a perfect post route by Droner, and he's behind the defense. And SPASH answers right back. Beautifully done. You could see it develop behind the play. And Tommy Droner for 29 yards. Droner having himself quite the junior campaign here in just about 6 quarters. And SPASH going to look to tie it up here. Beautifully executed play. As Ben Racek gets called back into the play. 22-20. Droner just beat his defender off the line, usually a defensive back himself. He's able to get the job done and haul in the touchdown. 2-point conversion coming for SPASH. Rolling out to his right again is Worzinski, looking for Kurchevsky in the back of the end zone. Corner of the end zone, that falls incomplete. But SPASH not going away quietly. 7:48 to go, third quarter. 29-yard touchdown pass from Riley Worzinski to Tommy Droner. We'll be back to Gerke with a kickoff right after this.
Snow piles up quickly. Remove it just as quickly with Kubota subcompact and compact tractors. Our #1 selling tractors are built to take on winter with front and rear mount snow blowers, blades, and rotary sweepers. Get select Kubota subcompact or compact tractors for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months and save $1,000. See your local Kubota dealer today.
Your local Kubota dealer is Chili Implement, located 1 mile north of Highway 10 in Chili.
Get comfortable this winter with Point Heating and Cooling. Point Heating and Cooling is your Lennox dealer right here in Stevens Point and Plover with more than 100 years of making your home and business comfortable. Sign up for the planned service and receive 10% off parts and a reminder to service your furnace and central air conditioner. Call Point Heating and Cooling at 705-345-1979 and visit online at pointheating.com. From what I've seen, I can give it a look right now, but this is with Easter on Sunday. I think it's supposed to be like 68 degrees on Sunday. It is a beautiful, beautiful thing to see. Supposed to be the probably the coolest night yet tonight. Probably left of until it starts getting warm again. Line drive kick there, going to be taken by Montgomery on the far side to about the 15-yard line. He's got room. He's going to be tripped up across the 35 to about the 36. That's one thing that they did the whole first quarter in the first half was kick it away from Matthew Grabowski to Jaden Montgomery, and that's how they got the ball back. He fumbled it and scored their second touchdown, but that was the way that Coach McAdams did it in the whole first half and then got away from it, and Matthew Grabowski scored a touchdown on the kickoff return to start the second half. SPASH down 2, 7:44 to go, third quarter. Grabowski standing behind Eli Frank, fullback behind him, Sam Brider, and flag flies immediately as Droner and Sam Berry have a conversation. That's going to be a false start on Bayport. 7:43 to go. SPASH trails by 2. And they'll be heading back to their regular scheduled conference. Again, football practice usually starts about, the first week or so of August? It's only a handful of months away for these kids to be right back out here after football season. A lot of them play baseball. A lot of them play Legion. So it could be a long couple months for these kids. Back to pass. Sam Berry through the hands of Berry. Tommy Droner on the coverage, about 5 yards or so behind. But came right out of the break was Berry, and the pass quickly right over his head. 22-20. Again, you could see the momentum, especially right now. If SPASH can get a stop, it'd be huge for the Panthers. Coming into the third quarter, only having one first down in that second quarter. And if they can get a stop, get the football back, never know. Frank rolling out to his right. Borchardt in the backfield and brings him down. Carter Borchardt untouched right up the middle. The NDSU commit. And that is one between Borchardt running up the middle and untouched, hitting Eli Frank, and with a running back like Matthew Grabowski, that's one reason that Bayport doesn't throw a whole lot. Carter Borchardt right up the middle. Going to be a Bison next year over in Fargo, North Dakota. Receiver to the far side, 3rd and a mile. 3rd and 24 with under 7 minutes to go, third quarter. In motion, going to hand it up the middle to Grabowski. He's going to be met in the backfield, spin out of a tackle, run over a defender, and fall near the 30. But it's going to be 4th down and very, very long for 4th down and very, very long for the Bayport Pirates. 6:30 to go. Great job defensively by SPASH. Klein will be back to punt. Cole Kerchevsky took one look, was standing at the 50-yard line and then took one look and saw where the Pirates were lined up. Had to back up a little bit, see if SPASH brings pressure, and a timeout or a flag coming, and it's going to be a false start on Bayport. So we'll see now if Coach McAdams and the Panthers bring pressure. We've seen a couple of snaps back to Klein that haven't been phenomenal, as SPASH urging their crowd to get into it. Get a team that's they're going to wave it off. And now Coach McAdams wants an explanation. 4th down and 19, 6:05 remaining here in the third quarter. And we'll give you some score updates around the Zaleski Sports Network here in just a moment, as Bayport will use their first timeout here in the second half. It is Bayport 22, SPASH 20. SPASH will get the football when we get back to Gerke right after this.
Well, the Grow Wisconsin Dairy Processing Grant is for really any dairy, or up to $50,000 you can get for, like, in.
I really got to understand what a nurse is. Do they focus on you? You know, do they make sure that you're comfortable? And you know, that's what Shai has. It's the connection that he has. You know, my best interest in mind always.
Why wait another day? Let's take the next step together towards a better life.
Welcome back to Stevens Point. 4th down and long here for Bayport to see if SPASH brings pressure or not. Krzyzewski standing back at his own 45-yard line. Taking a long time on the count, and they do. Pressure comes to Klein, but Bayport picks it up very well, and it's going to take a huge Bayport bounce back to about the 32-yard line, and that is where the Panthers will take over. 5:55 to go here in the third quarter. 22-20, Bayport on top. Again, SPASH will host Fond du Lac next week. They're putting a thump into Neenah. Then they will host Oshkosh West. Then they'll head over to Green Bay and take on Preble. Three receiver set, 2 to the near, 1 to the far. Back to pass is Warzinski. Looking for the home run. Has his receiver. It's going to be one-hand attempt and incomplete. And a lot of hand fighting between Quentin Martin. As it is going to be 2nd and 10. Looking for the home run right out of the change of possession. As Martin will line up to the near, Brady Dillingham and Daniel Zroik. Zroik, a big tight end. Zielinski, lined up to the far side. Krzyzewski in the backfield. Rolling out to his right is Warzinski, still looking. Going to be hit as he throws, and it's going to be through the hands and incomplete. And the SPASH sideline looking for a pass interference. Again, that was another bang-bang play, as he'll go through the hands of Martin and incomplete. 3rd down and 10 now. Back for SPASH. They got it at 5:55, 12 seconds off the clock since they got the football. Same formation, 3 to the near, 1 to the far. Krzyzewski standing behind Warzinski. Martin, near side, back to pass, screen play, and he is going to go nowhere. Going to be met in the backfield and taken down. Number 45 on the tackle, Sawyer Stimpson on the tackle, and a quick 3 and out for Stevens Point. Not quite what you wanted at a change of possession, but the Bayport defense coming through big and putting a stop to the momentum that SPASH had. 5:10 to go here in the third quarter. 22-20, Bayport on top. See if they're going to bring any pressure against Austin Simon. And they did a little bit. Great punt by Austin. Going to be taken at about the 30, and a huge hit. Taken at the 36. Going to be upended by Rhoda again at the 40. And that is where Bayport will start here in their next offensive possession with under 5 minutes to go. 22-20. Get you some other scores from around the Zaleski Sports Network here tonight. We got Manitowoc and who else we got? Fond du Lac and Neenah. It is 42-14 in the third quarter in favor of Fond du Lac over in Kiel. And then Manitowoc and Appleton West. 19-0 Appleton. Grzybowski makes a nice move, cuts back in. He's going to be taken down, a gain of about 3. It's going to be second down and 7 for Bayport. 19-0 Appleton West. They took down Preble pretty handily last week. They scored 15 points in the third quarter. Back to pass, quick out, and it's going to be caught, taken it down by Droner and a whole pack of Panthers. As it's going to be third down and manageable now for Bayport. Gain of 5. It's going to be third down at about 2 with 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Again, once this alternate spring season is over, baseball, softball, is that girls soccer, boys tennis, I believe, also in the spring, track and field, all that's going to start, I believe, first practice April 19th, 18 days from now. Some motion here by Bayport, third down and 2. In motion, they're going to high snap, got into the hands, and it's going to be met and driven back. He's going to be eaten alive by Jaron Rohde. A high snap through the hands of Eli Frank and into the hands of Mitchell Merhalski on the motion. And luckily for Bayport, Merhalski was there. Otherwise, it could have been a disaster for the Pirates. Fourth down and 3, 3 minutes to go. Here in the third quarter, Klein back to punt it away again. He's standing at his own 32. Kurchalski standing at his own 27. Got to be smart if you're SPASH. Don't want to jump off sides. Still looking. Got to be smart if you're Stevens Point. High snap. And a good punt, high end over end, and it's going to be fair caught at the 27-yard line, and that is where the SPASH Panthers will take over. 2:34 to go here in the third quarter. Sit back and enjoy the handcrafted sodas from the Stevens Point Brewery, made from 100% real sugar and high-quality ingredients. Select from a variety of styles, including Point Root Beer, Diet Root Beer, Black Cherry Cream, Orange Cream, Vanilla Cream, and Kitty Cocktail. For more than 15 years, Point Premium Root Beer has been a tradition right here in central Wisconsin. Stevens Point Brewery supports all area student athletes. I think I said it last week or during one of the SPASH volleyball games that with the weather warming up, and Stevens Point Brewery had this in there before as the counter to Kurchalski, gets to the outside, runs over a defender to about the 31. But with the weather warming up, you can't ask for a much better root beer than Point Premium Root Beer for your ice cream float or root beer floats. That's your ideal go-to when the weather starts getting warmer, which it will be this weekend and into next week. We have SPASH soccer for you on Saturday morning and afternoon. A quad over at Scafidi Field. And pressure's on immediately, rolling out to his left, and he's going to get hit and driven way, way, way back. Read it like a book, did the Bayport defense. And it's going to be third down and about 20 now for Stevens Point. Could see it from the get-go for the Panthers. As soon as they play action faked to Kurchalski, that the Bayport defense was going to be right there, just waiting for him. Third down and long, 80 seconds to go here in the third quarter. 3 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far side. This is when they went to Stroik last time in the first quarter. Orzinski, as it's going to be a counter again, cuts it up the middle, has room, and tries just too far to go for Kurchevsky. And it's going to be fourth down and 10 and a half. A minute to go. 22-20. We're in for quite the treat here in the fourth quarter. Two defenses have really stamped down here in the third after a couple of early touchdowns. Simon back to punt. Good snap. Good punt. Line drive punt's going to be taken at the 40-yard line. And green grass in front of him as missed tackle. And Bayport will start right near midfield. Alex Sylvester on the return. Sylvester heading to Duluth next year to play some football. 20 seconds left here in the third quarter. Nearing 9 o'clock here in Central Wisconsin. Teammates alongside Rachel Zaleski. SPASH football. SPASH was up 14-0 in the first quarter. Bayport came back, took the lead 15-14 heading into halftime. Matthew Grzybowski on a kickoff return to start the second half. SPASH answered back with a Tommy Droner touchdown reception. Grzybowski up the middle again, runs over a defender on that far side. That was Borchardt, and that should end here our third quarter from Stevens Point. With 5 seconds left, that will do it here. Third quarter from Gerke Field in Stevens Point. It is the Bayport Pirates 22 and the SPASH Panthers 20. We'll be back with quarter number 4, an exciting finish here in Stevens Point. Back with your hometown high school home for sports, Zaleski Sports.
Snow piles up quickly. Remove it just as quickly with Kubota subcompact and compact tractors. Our #1 selling tractors are built to take on winter with front and rear mount snow blowers, blades, and rotary sweepers. Get select Kubota subcompact or compact tractors for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months and save $1,000. See your local Kubota dealer today.
Your local Kubota dealer is Chili Implement, located 1 mile north of Highway 10 in Chili.
Should be good.
Mustard.
Welcome back to Stevens Point. 12 minutes left here to decide this one from Gerke Field in Stevens Point. In motion goes Marhalski, back to pass is Franks. Got him open across the middle. It's going to be broken up. Beautifully done by Rhoda again. Across the middle. Eric Rhoda, another great job on the back end defensively. Third down and 3. Bayport with no first downs in that third quarter, as their only touchdown was a 86-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. Kurchevsky up to 75 yards. Riley Warzinski 10 of 20. A couple of touchdowns and 96 yards. Tommy Droner with the lone receiving touchdown. Low snap again, out to the outside. That one bounced in there. There's no way that the back judge said incomplete, and it is fourth down. There was no way. It was, and now they're gonna, yeah, that was definitely incomplete. And that back official said it immediately, and it definitely bounced in there from what we saw. And that far official, it was blocked by the receiver, and that was an immediate call by the official that it was going to be a dropped pass. So, and that's what's tough, especially on the far side, and maybe the middle official as well, the middle ref, is that you're blocked by a lot of guys. You might see something that you thought was a catch, and that one was a good job of the officials coming together and figuring out that it was an incomplete pass. 11:52 to go here in the fourth quarter. 22-20 Bayport going for it on 4th down and 3. Receiver to the far side is Sam Berry, one to the near side. Grzybowski in the backfield, seeing if they can get SPASH to jump off sides. Now they move Brighter over to the other side. Back to pass. A lot of hand fighting along the far side. He's just going to throw it up there. It's going to be caught there by Sam Berry. What a fight between Berry and Rhoda. And Eli Frank just threw it up there, and Sam Berry was there. Wow. They haven't thrown it well all game. They try for 2 or 3 in a row, and is able just to be able to haul it in. That was a huge, huge first down for the Pirates. 1st and 10 at the 31. Sam Berry to the near side, now working against Tommy Droner. Receiver to the far side. Grzybowski, now his time to shine. In motion goes Marhalski. Low snap. Hands it off to Grzybowski. Tries to the outside, following his blockers near the 22. A gain of 9 on the run for Matthew Grzybowski. Second and 1. Back near the red zone for the Pirates. Again, we'll have highlights of this game later on tonight over on Facebook as Zaleski Sports Stevens Point. I'll have an opportunity to go and we'll have the interview with Coach Pete McAdams. If SPASH can come back and win this one, we'll have a player of the game as well. All those will be in the highlights. Grzybowski up the middle and breaks the tackle to be stood up and driven back by Cam McCarrier. But it's going to be a first down for the Pirates at the 19-yard line, a gain of 3 for Bayport. Again, Bayport the last 4 years had only lost 4 games. Before that, they lost, they were 7-3 in 2015, but a team that does not lose a lot in the games that they've lost, level 3 games. And a state championship game last year against... The ball is on the ground again. Back, rolling to his right. Wide open at the 15-yard line. Rumbling and bumbling and stumbling inside the 5. Brighter inside the 5. 1st and goal for Bayport. A low snap. A low snap to Frank, and he was able to come away with it and throw a dart to Brighter. It's going to be 1st and goal inside the 5. 9:40 to go. Getting up to the line quickly. And going to hand it off to Grzybowski. Bounces out to the outside. Walks into the end zone right up the middle. And a 4-yard touchdown run for Matthew Grzybowski. And puts Bayport up 28-20 with 9:33 to go in the fourth quarter. Again, they get up to that line so quickly, it doesn't give the defense, especially to figure out what they are lined up as. And Grzybowski bounced to the left and cut back to the inside and walked right in the end zone untouched. And all thanks to that great play by Sam Berry on the 4th down. Looking for a 9-point lead now for the Bayport, or for the Pirates. Snap good, hold good, and the kick is up, and it is perfect. 9:33 to go, fourth quarter. SPASH needing some help now. Down by 9. A lot of time left. Panthers trail by 9. Back to Stevens Point after this.
When you get moving again, be safe and ready to go. Use your stimulus or tax return to save up to $150 on a select set of 4 Goodyear tires. At Sherrill Tire and Service Center.
Get your car done right.
Need incentive to get started at Mid-State Technical College? 1, 2, 3 for free can save up to $900 on tuition. Start this summer if you'd like. No catches, no application fee or essays to write. 1, 2, 3 for free at Mid-State. Get started at mstc.edu.
Welcome back to Stevens Point as the Panthers, again, that just a back-breaking play on that drive was a 4th down and 3 after they had stopped him on a couple of passes, and then Sam Berry making just a phenomenal acrobatic play to be able to catch that football and get the first down. Then the momentum was back to Bayport, and they marched into the end zone. A short kick going to be taken at the 22-yard line by Dillingham up the far sideline, and he's going to be stacked up there and pushed back to about the 32. SPASH will start 1st and 10 at the 32, under 9.5 minutes to go. Paper City Savings is on County Road Double H here in Plover, and online at papercitysavings.com. Paper City Savings is your full-service financial institution right here in Portage County, ready to help you. Open a kid's savings account today and get a free gift plus another free gift on your birthday. Paper City Savings in Plover. Trips to the near side, tight end to the far side. Kurchevsky standing behind Warzinski, and he'll make his way to either the right or left, and he goes to the right side. Going to hand it up to him right up the middle. He's going to be met immediately at the line, maybe gain a yard if they give him a yard. And it's going to be 2nd and 9 coming up. Getting a little chippy out there between Bayport and Stevens Point. SPASH beat Bayport in 2016 in a level 3 game. The 3 level 3 games that Bayport had lost, 2018, 17, and 16, were all at home. And then SPASH went and ended up losing to Kimberly in that 2016 season. Trips again to the near side. Kurchevsky moves to the right. Warzinski back to pass. Pressure's on, rolling out to his right. And he's going to step through and get a rip down there by Jaden Montgomery on the tackle, on the sack, and a big loss. It's going to be 3rd down and long now with under 8.5 minutes to go. Again, don't forget, stick around for an Aceville Dairy post-game show. We'll wrap things up once the game is concluded, and then we'll have an opportunity, if SPASH can come back and win this football game, we'll have an opportunity to talk to Coach Pete McAdams. We'll talk to Coach either way, but those interviews will be in our highlights later on tonight. Back to pass, Warzinski stepping up, and he gets hit. Ball's on the ground. Ball's still on the ground. Bayport falls on it, and the Pirates will have it. He did not see the pressure coming from the right side, and Bayport will come away with it 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. A huge play and a huge turn of events. Vaughn Campbell with the recovery, the sophomore, and that is just as quick, or how quick the tides can turn. Nobody was open. Just as quickly as ties can turn, SPASH had Bayport 4th and 3 in their last possession. Ended up coming back and scoring. Kurzbowski is going to bounce to the outside, bounce back in, get up to near the 20. Gain 5 on the play. And it's going to be 2nd and 5 with 7:40 to go. Now inside the red zone are the Bayport Pirates, right at the 20. SPASH has played fantastic here tonight. They played great in the first quarter. Played great in the third quarter. Just a couple of breaks haven't gone their way here in the fourth. Frank will roll out to his left, and he's almost got brought down, broke a tackle, bounced to the outside. He's going to dive into the end zone, and he's out of bounds at about the 1. Eli Frank dove for the end zone, but as a lot of it happens is that you try and dive and you step out of bounds, and timeout on the field for an injured Panther on that far side. And we will take Rhoda maybe got a little cramp in that left leg. And we will keep her right here as we go through some scores from around Zaleski Sports just past 9 o'clock here in central Wisconsin. Appreciate everyone tuning in here tonight. We got more SPASH football for you next week right here back at Gerke Park. They'll host Fond du Lac. Fond du Lac putting a thumping on Neenah here tonight. The Cardinals usually one of the best in the state, 56-21 with 4:10 to go in that ball game. So we got down in Manitowoc. What we got over there? 7:09 to go here. Appleton West was up 25-0. They got a beautiful field down in Manitowoc. As they will, looks like they're gonna fall to Appleton West, but still out on the field out there on the far side with 7:09 remaining. Looks like Rhoda he's laying on his back over there. We're going to take a quick break. Make sure that Eric is all right. Come back. Hopefully have a update on Mr. Rhoda as now he stands up. So we're gonna keep her right here. Speak of it and it happens. Eric has played a great game though tonight for Stevens Point. SPASH, you can't be too frustrated with how you're playing. Obviously, a couple things haven't gone your way, play-wise. A fumble here and giving up a 4th and 3. But overall, you can't hang your head on how SPASH has been playing. 7:09 still to go. A lot of football left, but it's going to be 1st and goal inside the 1 for the Pirates. Getting up to the line very quickly. Going to hand it off to Grzybowski, and he's going to be untouched into the end zone again. 1 yard in for Matthew Grzybowski, and it is 35-20 Bayport. The Pirates increasing their lead against SPASH led 14-0 in the SPASH led 14-0 after the end of the first quarter. Bayport came back and put together a couple of impressive drives, took back the opening kickoff of the second half for a touchdown. SPASH came back on a 29-yard pass to Tommy Droner, and then, as mentioned, that 4th and 3 will most likely come back to haunt the SPASH Panthers football team. Snap good, hold good, kick is up, and it is perfect. 7:06 to go, fourth quarter. Bayport 36, SPASH 20. Back to Gerke right after this.
Jason Zaleski here to tell you that Hewitt's Meat has you covered with simple, easy, and free home delivery. Residents of North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, Iowa, Illinois, and Wisconsin get free. That's right, free delivery on every order from Hewitt'sMeats.com. Choose from bratwurst, wieners, bacon, jerky, sausage, cheeses, ham, snack sticks, gift boxes, and even the popular grillers. With over 50 flavors of bratwurst, Hewitt's Meat with free delivery will please your entire family. Visit the store in Tomahawk, Marshfield, or Hewitt's Meat on Facebook today. Bauer & Fine Business Technologies is your complete office technology solution. For 60 years, Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been serving school districts, municipalities, counties, religious organizations, and businesses in Wisconsin and beyond. Visit b-bt.com and let Bauer & Fine Business Technologies be your complete office technology solution. That's b-bt.com.
Welcome back to Stevens Point. SPASH trailing by 16 now. 2 scores, that's it. Only down 2 scores if they can get a score here on this next possession. That was going to be A beautiful kick taken at about the 16-yard line. And breaks a tackle, still on his feet, up near the 40-yard line. And a good return for Stevens Point, who needs all they can have here in the final 7 minutes of this football game, down by 16. Ball 1st and 10 from the 41. Again, just past 9 o'clock here in central Wisconsin. Teammates alongside Rachel Zaleski here on this beautiful Thursday night. A little chilly, but for the 1st of April, and there's not, knock on wood, and there's not feet of snow on the ground. I'm always waiting. It always storms after my dad's birthday on April 6th, though. We'll see. It's supposed to rain next week, I think, quite a bit, but hopefully just not that S word. I'll take the R word. I won't take the S word. Yeah, that's true. Gain of maybe a half a yard by Kurchevsky. Receiver to the near side. 60s next week. Beautiful next week. Maybe rain, but still 60. Back to pass. Has his receiver. He's going to be tangled up. And no call against Quentin Martin. It looked like he was held up a little bit there on his break. But it's going to be 3rd down. Long had him. Just got twisted up just a little bit. Third down and long for Stevens Point. Haven't had much offense here in the second half. Haven't had much in the last 3 quarters, but could all change around here. See if this is 4-down territory, or really it might be. And Warzinski back to pass. Pressure is on. Steps up. Rolling out to his left and throws it to nobody. And it's going to fall incomplete harmlessly with 6:16 to go. SPASH still down by 2 scores, and the punt unit will come back out for Stevens Point. So 3 and out after a good after a good kickoff return. Had Quentin Martin, just couldn't quite hook up with him on the pass. Austin Simon will be back to punt it away. SPASH had 1 too few. 2 Pirates back to receive it, back at their own 30-yard line. Snap good, punt good, line drive punt. He's going to be caught at about the 35-yard line. He's going to be upended and going to be taken down near the 42 or 43-yard line of Bayport. 6:09 to go. 6:09 left here in the 4th quarter. Again, I'd like to thank all of our sponsors. I'd like to thank everyone watching, listening, wherever you are here tonight. We'll have more SPASH football for you next week and the next couple weeks through the spring football season. That's what's going to be tough, especially for the kids here in SPASH and throughout the state. A lot of them are very good baseball players or track and field runners or athletes, just very good athletes. Across the middle, it's going to be tipped up and incomplete. And coming through again is Eric Rhoda on the tip. Rahalski, if he would have kept his feet, might have been able to bring it down. Rhoda popped it up in the air, and it was able to fall harmlessly. Again, Rhoda has had a great night defensively for Stevens Point. They'll need all of that and more next week when they host Fond du Lac. Kimberly, number 1 in the state. Fond du Lac 2, Bayport 3. And going to keep it himself on the quarterback keeper. And Tommy Droner with a great tackle on the edge. Going to get back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10 with 5:45 to go here in the 4th quarter. SPASH with 3 timeouts left. Bayport took an early one in the half. It's going to be 3rd down and long. 3rd down and 10. going to just waste as much clock as they can. The back official with his hand up. When they get to about 5, then he'll start counting, and he does so. Just able to get it off in time. Down to the last second. Frank across the middle has his receiver this time. It's going to be caught by Michalski inside the 20 to the 15. Got behind Rhoda that time. But there is a flag on the play on Bayport. Illegal motion on the Pirates. So we erase the big play. Wow, that is a up by 16, trying to put this game on ice. And that pass play would have done it. So you're going to back him up 5 yards, pardon me. On the illegal motion. Illegal formation. It's going to be 3rd and 15 with under 5 minutes to go. The clock runs. And Coach McAdams asking the official why the clock's still running. And trying to get an explanation. Doesn't agree, as there was about 30 seconds that ran off the clock. Low snap, hands it off to Grzybowski, and a whistle on the field and a delay of game. 4:32 to go, as Coach McAdams wanted an explanation why the clock kept on running, and then Bayport was called for the delay of game with 4:32 to go. 3rd and 20 from their own 32-yard line. 36-20, Bayport on top. They have 36. They had 22 unanswered after they were down 14-0, and they have put a couple of touchdowns on the board here in the second half, and have put this game with 4.5 maybe out of reach. Back to pass is Frank. Pressure's on him, rolling out to his right. Still looking, throws it up there, and behind the defense again. It's going to be caught at the 20-yard line, and a flag comes in. And it's going to might be a pass interference on Stevens Point, and that is a backbreaker for SPASH. It was a 3rd, and it's going to be a holding on. It's going to be a hold on SPASH, and the penalty will be declined, and that was a backbreaker. 48 yards to put this game and the man, oh man, that's a tough break for the SPASH Panthers. It was 3rd and 20, and just threw it up there up for grabs, and Michalski came away with it. Going to hand it up to Grzybowski, bounces to the outside. No contain on that outside, and he's going to walk into the end zone as Matthew Grzybowski goes 20 yards, and Bayport 42, SPASH 20. Grzybowski, there was no contain on that outside, and it was all Grzybowski's speed from there. And it is 42-20. Again, I'll talk to Coach McAdams about it afterwards. All the momentum SPASH had in that first quarter, and even the momentum they had after the touchdown to Tommy Droner in the third quarter, eliminated after some tough plays that didn't go their way, especially that 4th and 3. That turning point of the game here tonight. The 4th and 3, the PAT is good. The 4th and 3 that was caught on a pass and went in a couple of plays later for the touchdown. 3:56 to go here in Stevens Point. Bayport 43, SPASH 20. Back quickly after this.
Fleet Farm has everything you need for every season of life. From tending the vegetable garden season to planting 100 acres of crops season. Fleet Farm is your one-stop shop. Whether it's strawberry jam season, cook your walleye season, or his first set of wheels season. Fleet Farm is built for every season. Fleet Farm, built for real life.
So 3rd and 20, resulting in a first down 48 yards later, and then Matthew Grzybowski for 20-yard scamper along the far side to put Bayport up 43-20. And that, again, just a backbreaker on a 3rd and 20 to give up 48 yards on a pass play. But the play of the game, it's got to be the play of the game. 4th and 3 for the Bayport Pirates. That's a squibber. Ball's on the ground, and SPASH will recover it. But 4th and 3 for Bayport, able to get a first down on the pass and able to milk off some more time and run into the end zone for a huge touchdown to really put it out of the way. It was 22-20 at that point. If SPASH got the ball back with great field position, you never know what might happen, but the tides turn just that quickly here in high school football, in any sport, in any football, when a couple of plays don't go your way. But again, we'll have an opportunity to talk to Coach Pete McAdams in our post-game interview. We'll have those interviews in our highlights later on tonight. A pass falls incomplete, in and out of the hands of Brady Dillingham. Don't forget to stick around for our Naysville Dairy post-game show. Wrap this one up. Get you ready. We got soccer again for you on Saturday, right down the road over at PCYS, Portage County Youth Soccer Complex. SPASH will take on De Pere at 10. Green Bay Preble, I believe, then at 1:30. I'll have the game at 10. Mike Wendland will have the game at 1:30. And just upended and driven back. And a frustration penalty there on Stevens Point. James Cluck will get called for the unsportsmanlike conduct on the play. And that will mark him back after the play, so 15 yards after that. So 3:40 to go. Frustration building here for Stevens Point. But we will have, I will be on the call for the 10 o'clock game, SPASH and De Pere. Mike Wendland will carry you home at the 1:30 match, as SPASH will then take on Green Bay Preble. It says 4th down. I think it's 3rd. And Warzinski on the counter, and that hasn't really worked since the first quarter. And Krzyzewski will be taken down there with 3:24 to go. As they had it marked wrong. It was supposed to be 3rd down. It's 4th down right now, I believe. Oh, maybe not. Oh, it is a turnover on downs on Stevens Point. So 3:24 to go, 43-20, Bayport on top. The Pirates will improve to 2-0 on the season. And now they're going to talk to him why there was, again, it was supposed to be, on the penalty, it was 3rd down. So when James Cluck got called for the penalty, that was the 3rd down play. Back him up. They had it as 4th down on the field, and Coach McAdams just wants an explanation. And so he's just trying to figure out why it was 4th down after a penalty that they had a loss of down. So there's just a lot of confusion right now as SPASH is now back to punt, which they should be. It should be 4th down right now. And so on that play that James Cluck got called for the penalty for, it was 3rd down and 10, and then they got and then they got the penalty, which marked to back 15 yards, and then they added 4th down on top of it. So just a lot of confusion right now because SPASH thought it was 3rd down, which it, I believe, should have been. But then it was 4th down, and SPASH had a run play, and then it was a turnover on downs. A lot of confusion here the last couple of minutes. So Bayport with the football, though. 1st and 10 from the 22. Going to be back to pass is Frank out to the right side, and it's going to be caught by Forstek on the reception. .3:10 remaining inside the 10-yard line now for Bayport. Under 3 minutes to go, 43-20. Again, still a lot of confusion on what had happened. And maybe or maybe not, we talked to Coach McAdams about it. As Frank will get the edge and walk into the end zone for another touchdown. 49-20 with 2:44 to go. Bayport piling it on here in the 4th quarter. .244 left. As Bayport will try for the single-point PAT. Again, SPASH will host Fond du Lac next week, then Oshkosh West. Then head over to Green Bay on April 23rd to take on Preble. Bayport will head to De Pere, head to Neenah, and then will host Fond du Lac on that 23rd. That'll be a fantastic game. Bayport and Fond du Lac will be on April 23rd in Bayport. Snap good, hold good, and the PAT is no good. 2:44 to go. Bayport 49, SPASH 20. Back right after this.
Should be good.
Go.
Welcome back to Stevens Point as the Bayport Pirates now at 49-20 on SPASH with 2:44 to go. Again, don't forget, stick around for our Naysville Dairy post-game show. Wrap this one up quickly, get you ready for some soccer on Saturday and next week as SPASH will host Fond du Lac right here at Gerke Park. Another square, ball's on the ground, and SPASH will recover it. Naysville Dairy has fresh cheese curds made daily. Visit NaysvilleDairy.com to see the selection of cheese curds, cheeses, sausages, and other quality made food and snacks. Order a cheese and sausage tray for your next party or event today at NaysvilleDairy.com. So SPASH will take over 1st and 10, down 29 with 2:44 to go in the ball game. As SPASH will, as Brady Dillingham upset that he's not headed back out there. They will have some new guys out there for Stevens Point. Make sure we get I believe, Peyton Pumper, the quarterback, in for Stevens Point. So a good, well-played game for SPASH. Just not able to put all the pieces together offensively and defensively, and Bayport will swallow up the SPASH running back. See if we can get you a number there. 22, Eli Perez on the carry. And penalty flag in the secondary way back behind the play, back near the Bayport 35-yard line. With 2:33 to go. See what we got here. After the play, personal foul, unsportsmanlike conduct on Stevens Point. So that play was well beyond the play that was going on. And that back official saw the unsportsmanlike conduct, and that'll push SPASH back 15 yards. So this is what happened on their last drive, that they did this, and then they added another down. And so that was the big confusion during their last possession. Pumper in the shotgun formation. Going to hand it off to Eli Perez and go nowhere with 2:15 to go in the ball game. A couple of new receivers in. Austin Simon and Jake Bushy for SPASH. And we'll have an opportunity to head down and talk to Coach Pete McAdams after a tough loss here tonight for Stevens Point. They were up 14-0 in the first quarter, and then just wheels fell off especially after that kickoff return. SPASH had an opportunity as Pumper's going to be taken down near the 33, but SPASH had a couple of opportunities, and the biggest one, keep on harping on it, keep on going back to it, is that 4th and 3 pass that was caught by Sam Berry for Bayport, resulting in the touchdown. It was 22-20 at that time. SPASH had an opportunity to get the ball back and with good field position, just unable to. Simon will be back to punt it for Stevens Point. Pressure on, and nobody back to return it for Bayport. And a good punt there by Simon. It'll roll, take a SPASH roll all the way inside the 20. Beautifully done by Austin Simon with 48 seconds remaining. Again, Bayport will improve to 2-0 in this alternate spring season after a 35-0 win last week against Green Bay Preble. A 49-20 win here tonight against SPASH. SPASH will drop to 1-1 on the year, 20-14 last week against Neenah. And then, of course, the score here tonight, 49-20. See what Bayport will do with the last 48 seconds. Nobody, there you go. Pistol formation, going to hand it up the middle, bounce to the outside, going to get taken down there. Nicely done in the backfield for SPASH with 35-ish seconds to go. Again, we'll hear from our friends over at Nacerville Dairy. Hear from Nacerville Dairy at the conclusion of this game, and then we will have our Nacerville Dairy post-game show. Wrap things up here from Gerke Field. And a lot of confusion between for Stevens Point. With 10 seconds left, I think SPASH might have one too many. But they will not throw the flag, and that will do it here tonight from Stevens Point. Bayport 49 and Stevens Point 20 here on this beautiful Thursday night in Stevens Point. We'll take a quick break here from our friends over at Nacerville Dairy. Get you ready for Nacerville Dairy post-game show here from Stevens Point. Again, the Panthers Bayport 49, SPASH 20. Back after this.
Well, the Grow Wisconsin Dairy Processing Grant is for really any dairy, or up to $50,000 you can get for like improvements, help with like food safety aspects. It's actually you have to pay part of the service that you're getting, so you have to pay 20% of it. So we were actually granted $6,150, And so that's the 80%. So our project is at a little over $7,000. So that's showing them that we're doing something with their milk. We're not just taking it, turning it into cheese, sending it in the stores, sending it to the customer, like everyone else does. Anything that we do in the plant with food safety is great for everyone. It's not just great for us. It's telling the customer that we make a good product. It's telling the farmer, our patrons, that we're doing good with their milk. And so that should really go to heart. That you're going to get a safe product coming out of here. It's cool to see that all the Hymans they really like to see their name out in the community, but especially for anything with children's groups. They sponsor a bike raffle every year, and they actually go in and give it to the kid in the schools. I know that's a huge thing every year. But yeah, it's really cool to see their name out there. Seeing them a sponsor, we all got kids, we all were kids, so most likely something came out of here that we've done.
We originally started out with making cheddar, and now we make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmers cheese, pizza cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Friar, Seco, Parma, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Letta, Caseri, Cafflettieri, Cafla Graviera, as well as making some Gouda, Edam, and a little bit of Munster on occasion.
Welcome back to Stevens Point, Nacerville Dairy post-game show. Nacerville Dairy has fresh cheese curds made daily. NacervilleDairy.com. As again, SPASH falling here tonight, 49-20. It was 14-0 after the first quarter. SPASH on top. Bayport came back in the second quarter, then went up 15-14. Returned the opening kickoff in the second half for a touchdown. SPASH came back, 29-yard touchdown reception from Tommy Droner, but that was it. SPASH had a couple of opportunities, but again, keep going back to that 4th and 3 catch by Sam Berry for Bayport. And then a couple of plays later, Matthew Grzybowski walking in for a touchdown. But again, SPASH played very well in that first half, or in that first quarter, just unable to get over the hump to knock off a very, very talented Bayport Pirates football team. Again, as mentioned, we'll have SPASH next week. They'll take on Fond du Lac right here at Gerke, and we'll have more soccer for you, or we will have soccer for you, first matches of the year for SPASH over at PCYS, as they will have over at Scafidi Field. So they will take on De Pere at 10 and Green Bay Purple, I believe it is, at 1:30. So with that, we're going to sign off here from Gerke Field in Stevens Point. SPASH falls 49-20. Bayport improves to 2-0 on the year. SPASH falls to 1-1. Again, we'll have highlights of this game later on tonight and an interview with head coach Pete McAdams about how his boys played and how the game went here tonight. For Rachel Selesky and all of us here at Selesky Sports, thank you for tuning in from Gerke Field in Stevens Point. This is Steve Maves. Once again, final score, Bayport 49 and SPASH 20. Have a great holiday weekend, everyone. Stay safe, stay warm, and we'll talk to you again on Saturday morning. SPASH Soccer right here at Select.